You ever wonder why she vanished after everything you did for her, but keeps chasing the guy who barely lifts a finger? It's not about how good you are to her. It's about how she feels about herself when she's around you. The truth is, women don't crave what's handed to them. They ache for what makes them feel uncertain, alive, and addicted. In this video, I'm not here to flatter you. I'm here to hand you the brutal, beautiful truth about female desire, and why the man who does less ends up being the one she wants more. Once you understand these three raw truths, you'll stop chasing and start becoming the one she can't forget. So if you're ready to wake up, take back your power, and never beg again, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with a man who needs to hear it. Your silence starts now. You ever wonder why she disappears on the guy who worships her, but keeps orbiting the man who barely notices? Why the one who buys her flowers, plans the dates, sends the good morning text, gets silence, while the one who says little, does less, somehow lives in her head rent-free? It's not about how good you are to her. It's about how she feels about herself when she's around you. It's not about how much you give. It's about how she experiences her own desire in your presence. And the truth is this: she doesn't crave the man who does everything right. She craves the man who does three things differently, three simple things that light up something primal, something psychological, something deep inside her that even she can't explain. You don't win her with effort. You win her by being the man her mind can't cage. And once you understand these three truths, everything changes. You'll stop chasing, and she'll start remembering you in places you've never even touched. The more he ignores her, the more she aches. The more he pulls away, the more she leans in. There's a cruel paradox buried in female desire that most men never understand. When you're always available, always responding, always trying, something inside her dries up. But when you don't flinch, when you hold still, when you stay rooted in silence instead of trying to win her, that's when her pulse begins to race. That's when her breath gets short. That's when her fantasies begin to right themselves. You don't have to ghost her. You don't have to vanish. You just have to stop trying to win her over. She has to feel you without you giving her everything. Presence without pursuit. That's the edge. That's the fire. You're there, you see her, you know her games, but you don't dance, you don't perform, you don't chase. You stand still in your quiet knowing, and that silence, it draws her in like gravity. Every other man is chasing her shadow. Flooding her phone with messages, replies, compliments she never asked for. She knows they'll say yes before she even speaks. But you're the exception. You don't move just because she pouts. You don't answer just because she wants you to. You don't explain when she demands reasons, and that stillness, that calm refusal to perform, becomes unforgettable. You don't need her to like you. You don't need her to see you as safe. You are not here to make her comfortable. You are here to be felt, to be remembered, to stand as the storm she didn't see coming. That's why she thinks of you when she's alone. That's why your name comes up in her silence. You didn't chase her. You let her drift into you. You gave her space to want you without ever asking her to. That's power, not domination, not manipulation. Power through self-restraint, power through stillness, power that tastes like mystery, like heat in the cold, like something just out of reach. She doesn't get wet because you brought her lunch. She gets wet because you held her stare a little too long, and then walked away like she didn't matter. Now she's obsessing, not over you, over herself. Over why she wasn't enough to break you, over why her usual tricks didn't work, over why your silence screamed louder than any compliment ever could. She wants to be seen, but more than that, she wants to earn it. And when you give it too quickly, you steal that feeling from her, the tension, the reward, the dopamine drip of slowly unraveling a man who doesn't unravel easily. It's not logic, it's chemistry, it's biology. She doesn't know why she's thinking about you in the shower. She doesn't know why your last stare lives in her spine, but she remembers it, because in a world full of eager men, you didn't move, and now she wants to know why. She wants to be the one who breaks your stillness, but she can't, not yet. And that space between wanting and getting, that's the fire. That's where her desire catches flame. That's where you become something she fantasizes about when the lights go out. She starts texting differently, she softens, she adds emojis, she double texts, she lowers her tone, her attitude fades, she leans in, because now she's chasing something, not you, the feeling you gave her. The feeling of being close to something powerful that doesn't need her approval, that doesn't need her validation, that doesn't flinch when she withdraws. You are not afraid to lose her, and that terrifies her. Because now, for once, she's not the one in control. She's used to men bending for her. She's used to men folding at her smile. She's used to being the flame, but you're the mirror. You don't reflect her beauty back. You reflect her uncertainty, her not knowing, her not having, and that, more than any pickup line or dinner date, is what makes her want you. She doesn't fantasize about the man who replies fast. She fantasizes about the one who made her wait. The one who made her wonder. The one she couldn't predict. Because when she can't predict you, she starts craving you. You're not the nice guy. You're the one who disappears into silence after making her feel like the only woman in the room. Then gone, like smoke, like a scent she can't trace, and that scent, it lingers. There's something about him she can't decode, and that mystery, it's not an accident, it's not a trick, it's who he is. He doesn't try to be mysterious. He just doesn't over-explain, he doesn't overshare, he doesn't spill his heart at the first sign of attention. He's not hiding, he's just grounded, solid, whole, and she doesn't know what to do with that. Most men rush to open up. They think that if she understands their feelings, she'll want them more, that if they reveal everything, she'll see how different they are. But the man she wants most, the one she can't stop replaying, is the one she doesn't fully understand. The one who left her wondering, the one who gave her just enough to feel something, but never enough to feel in control. That uncertainty, it's not a mistake, it's foreplay, it's tension, and her body remembers it. She replays the last conversation, the half-mile you gave her, the pause before you answered, the time you didn't text back. She scrolls through your profile, looking, guessing, obsessing, because she never got the full picture. She only got flashes, glimpses, teases, and now she needs to fill in the blanks. And in filling them in, she starts to dream. She starts to ache. She starts to want. You're not being distant to manipulate her. You're being real because you know your value doesn't live in how fast you give it away. She has to earn it. She has to step in deeper. She has to feel her way into your world, not demand it. And that emotional authority, it turns her on more than abs ever could. You're not cold, you're calm, you're not withholding, you're sovereign. You don't need her to understand you to invite her in. You let her walk beside you, but you never beg her to follow. That energy, it drives her crazy. And it keeps her coming. You don't beg for her time. You don't jump when she calls. You don't move your whole day to fit her calendar. And that restraint, that self-respect, it hits her harder than any compliment ever could. Because it tells her the truth. You don't need her, you chose her, and that choice, rare, deliberate, measured, becomes sacred. She texts, "What are you doing tonight?" You pause, you think, you answer with presence. Not apology, not excitement, just truth. "I've got plans until 9. We could meet after." No drama, no performance, just facts. and that calm reply hits her deeper than any love song because it reminds her, you're not chasing. You're offering. Your time isn't something she gets by default. It's something she earns that changes everything. Now she's wondering what you were doing until 9, who you were with, what matters more than her. And in that wondering, desire grows, because if she has to earn you, then you have value. And if you have value, then your time becomes a treasure. And once your time is a treasure, she'll do anything to be the one who gets it. She starts adjusting her schedule. She clears her night. She puts on the dress. She looks in the mirror twice. She's not just showing up anymore. She's preparing, because now, when she sees you, it's not routine. It's reward, and you don't even need to say it. She feels it, in how you move, in how you speak, in how you never ask her to stay. Because you already know if she wants to, she will. You're not the man who waits by the phone. You're the man who keeps moving, who stays committed to his life, his mission, his path, and if she wants to walk beside you, she's welcome, but she has to keep up, and that, more than flowers or dinner, is what hooks her. She doesn't want to be your everything. She wants to be chosen by a man who already has everything. The longer she waits to see you, the more intense it becomes, the more vivid her imagination grows. She wonders what you'll wear, what you'll say, what your hands will feel like when they finally touch her, and in that wondering obsession is born. You never beg, you invite. You never chase, you create gravity. And gravity always pulls. The man who gives too much gets forgotten. The man who gives just enough gets remembered. That's you. So next time she texts, wait. Next time she pulls away, let her. Next time she asks, what are you doing tonight? Don't rush to answer. Let her sit with the question. Let her feel the tension. Let her crave the moment. Because you are not here to be consumed. You are here to be earned. You don't need to do more. You just need to become the man she can't stop thinking about. The man who lives in her head long after the moment ends. The man who gives her just enough to dream, but never enough to feel done. She doesn't fall for the man who chases. She falls for the man who makes her chase herself. And if you've ever chased a woman who pulled away, say it now, never again. If you've ever held your ground and watched her come crawling back, say it louder, it worked, because now you know. The men who understand this don't need to chase. They become the fire she walks toward, the silence she misses, the mystery she needs. Be that man. If you're still here, it means something clicked. Maybe a memory, maybe a wound, maybe the part of you that's tired of doing everything right and still being forgotten. But now you know, the man who gets her heart isn't the one who begs for it. It's the one who makes her feel something deeper. Mystery, respect, yearning. Don't chase her shadow. Let her chase the presence you build through calm, through purpose, through the kind of power that doesn't speak, but is always felt. You don't need to be louder, you need to be still, and in that stillness she'll come closer. Not because you pulled her, but because you stopped pulling at all. So carry this with you. The less you give away, the more she invests. The quieter you become, the louder her desire grows. Like, subscribe, and share this with the man you were before today. Then let him go.